I'm Carrie. This is Student Loan Chit-Chat. It's also my 56th birthday today. It's July 4th. I made another video earlier today on skincare and stuff for people or women who are 56, and I changed my clothes because I felt a little odd making two videos of the exact same day wearing the exact same thing. So if you want to know why the wardrobe changed, that's why. All right. So anyways, student loans. This video basically is going to address 3 points. The main point will be addressed last, but there are basically 3 points I want to touch on. One is stop hoping for help. The second is should you follow the masses, because reports are already coming out about defaulting on your loans voluntarily. And the other part is when that many questions have been asked on YouTube. I've seen it in my videos, and of course I've seen it on the bigger channels and stuff too. And that is, why don't they help us learn how to stay out of student loan debt? Why do we have to get to this position? All right, so let's address the first point. People, stop praying for help. Okay, I am already, there are stories coming out saying, well, since this didn't plan work with the Supreme Court, we'll go to this plan instead. I'm not a person who says give it up easily. Trust me, I don't say give up easily. I can go through a lot. I'm going to tell you, folks, give it up. Time. Cut the reins, let the horses run free, run wild. I know there are stories out there that are saying, well, since this didn't work, there's, sort of a back pocket plan. People, there is no plan right now, okay? If there is a plan, okay, if there is, it's probably going to most likely right now benefit the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Group. That's the PSLF group, simply because that group is separate from the 1020. They've been working on improving the PSLF program over time and all of that. And that's not really affected by legal challenges, okay? So that group is really quite safe and protected at this point. But for the 1020 crowd, the party's over. Give it up. Please do me a favor, don't fall for scams, because scams, those scams are coming. Okay, you're going to get some email that swears it looks official. It says it came from FAFSA, and if you would only give them $199, they can guarantee that. Okay, don't fall for the scams. Okay, don't sit hoping and praying that, okay, maybe if you don't get 10,000, you might get 5,000, or if you had a $20,000 Pell Grant, maybe you can get it down to 10. I said, and I'm sorry that I was wrong on it, okay? It's something I would have liked to have been wrong on, but I said months back, I said, this is not coming through. This is not coming through, all right? So if you are hoping and praying that something else is going to come through, you are very likely to fall for a scam. And I certainly would not want to see that happen to someone, but it's people who are in, who feel like they're in desperate times or in desperate need of help are more likely to fall for, student loan scams. If somebody's telling you that they can get you on a program, even though SCOTUS wouldn't let us on it, wouldn't let you on it. If somebody's scamming you and saying, hey, Biden has another plan and we can give you that plan if you just pay us, forget it. The only payment you should be making is to your student loan company. That is it. Also, with student loans rolling around, rumor has it that the whole time on the phone is a good hour. Okay, as much as you can do by internet, I would do that. Upload your stuff by internet. Okay, take a deep breath. All right, it is what it is. Give up on the cavalry is not coming. All right, you're on your own. I would say something about the Ocean Gate thing, but they were on their own, but that doesn't seem very appropriate. So we'll just skip that golden opportunity. All right, so anyways, stop hoping for help. So we got that one down. Next one, default. There are stories out already, and I found one, and basically there are people claiming they should revolt and everybody should default. Now, I will, if I remember, I will link this story inside the description box so you can see it, okay? But it's basically, there are movements and groups of people basically saying, let's just all go ahead and default and we'll show the U.S. government a thing or two. Okay, guys, look at who you're trying to show. Okay, you're trying to show people who can dig into your bank account and they don't even have to take you to court. You're trying to show people who can easily garnish your Social Security check. Guys, again, give it up. You are better off spending your time budgeting and planning how you're going to restructure that student loan debt into your life than you are trying to avoid it by hoping somebody else is going to rescue you, okay? And defaulting. And here's the thing. All of you professional people, especially those of you with public service loan forgiveness, okay, and you are wanting to reach that 10-year 120 mark, in a few states, I don't know how many, but I do know it's a handful at least, they can take your professional license, not just teaching license, any professional license, any professionally designated license you might have, they can take your professional license if you default on your loans. Just simply Google, okay? States can take your professional license. It will show up. They can take your professional license. Don't be a sheep. I mean that in the nicest way possible. Don't be a sheep. Follow the herd. Do sheep follow herds? I can't tell, okay? Don't be a sheep, or is it a cow in the herds? Well, whatever, okay? Don't follow the herd and do what they do and think that's going to solve your home budget issues or concerns. You are better off spending your time going, okay, this is my student loan debt, this is my budget, we need to start working on it. Hopefully you've already worked on it, but human nature being what it is. There are plenty of people, and we got millions and millions and millions, double-digit millions of people who have student loans. You know, there are going to be students that literally won't even look at their student loan until they get a bill in the mail. Okay, but basically, what you need to be doing is you need to be spending your time figuring out how to get the student loan to fit into your budget. If you spend that time instead joining the masses of people who claim they're going to default, the only, person that's going to be hurt is you, because the other people who are defaulting, are they going to back you up? Are they going to pay your bill when your professional license gets taken? And many people don't realize professional licenses can be taken if you default. Driver's licenses in some states can be taken if you default. There you go, no job, no car, and all those people that you went into a mass default with because that was the movement of the day, okay? Are they going to be there to bail you out? They're going to be there to bail you out. I seriously doubt it. Therefore, you are better off protecting yourself, your budget, your family, your kids, okay? You're better off protecting them by making moves that will advance you forward versus just winding you up with possibly a lost license, whether that's a driver's license, professional license, wage garnishment and all of that. So anyways, I seriously would not follow the default movement. I will attach the article. It came out just a couple days ago, I think. It was since the SCOTUS, so it's only just a few days ago. I will attach that. All right, let's do the big topic du jour. Why don't they teach us about student loan debt so basically we don't have to get into this horrible situation? And on my channel, my little channel, more than one person brought this up. Now again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and this really isn't, in my opinion, based on conspiracy theory, okay? To me, it's just based more on sort of logic and my own observation. So here's my thought. Actually, let's back up here. Let's say you are a company, okay? You can be any company you want. You're a company. And you have just been informed that it does not matter what your prices are. It doesn't matter. You are going to be paid regardless. So the quality of your product or service, okay, is it doesn't matter, because we, the government, are going to come in no matter what, and we're going to make sure you lose absolutely nothing. Now then, think about it. Why is it, and this comes a lot in the comments, why is it that an 18, 19, 20-year-old cannot get a mortgage, cannot get a car loan until they've been basically put through the ringer with checking your balances and how much your debt to income ratio, do you have a job and all that? Why is it that they are put through the ringer and the questioning, interrogation on that, but they're not put through the ringer, questioning, interrogation when it comes to student loans. Why is it an 18, 19-year-old, okay, fresh out of high school, because some high school students do graduate at 19, depending upon where their birthday falls, okay? Why is it that they can take out a student loan, though, as high as they want? Well, let's think about it. Back to my original question. You are a company, okay? Imagine that you have been told that it doesn't matter how high your service or goods are. Somebody, in this case the government, is going to pay for it. Would you care then? Would you care? Well, let's think about the auto industry. Is the auto industry backed up by the government? Does the government tell Toyota, my car of choice, one of my cars of choice, okay? Does the government tell Toyota, you can make your cars, $100,000. Okay, I drive a Toyota Corolla. Okay, so let's pretend that was a college. Okay, Toyota could sell me the Toyota Corolla for $100,000. And I can't pay it. Okay, I can't pay $100,000 on a car, so I go belly up on the car. But the government comes in and says, "Hey, no problem, Toyota. We got you covered." Government pays Toyota for the car. Yeah, they're gonna, governments come after me later with my retirement and all that stuff, and garnish all my wages, and they'll get their government back. They'll get their money back that way. But as far as Toyota is concerned, the lender, Toyota doesn't care, because Toyota knows that car, that Toyota Corolla that they sold me, that was ridiculously priced, not worth the value. Okay, I mean, Toyotas are good, but come on, $100,000 car? It's not. Okay, Toyota doesn't care. Imagine the same thing with the restaurant. Okay, restaurants. Are restaurants backed up? Is the food service industry backed up by the government? Absolutely not. In fact, my statistics may be slightly off, but I think it's something like as much as 70-80% of restaurants will go belly up within just a few years. Okay, so meaning they won't survive. But imagine if the government came in and said to a restaurant entrepreneur and said, "Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter how much you charge for the chicken noodle soup. Make it as much as you want. We are going to guarantee that no patron will walk in and be unable to pay the bill." Okay? If that patron cannot afford to pay the bill, we, the government, will come in into the restaurant industry. We will step in. We will pay any and all bills that are owed you, and then we, as the government, will go after the customer later through garnishing their retirement and stuff. All right? What do you notice? Why, lo and behold, in today's society, we don't do that. We don't do that to the auto industry. We don't guarantee payment to the restaurant industry. So what happens to them? What are they forced to do? They're forced to compete. They're not just forced to compete, in location, in the product, goods and services, the quality, okay, Google reviews, all of that stuff, okay? That matters. Those matter to a business, big or small, okay? Because the government does not step in and just guarantee every car manufacturer that every car they sell, there's never going to be a repossession. Because the government doesn't come in and guarantee other industries that, hey, you know what, it doesn't matter, every gym industry, it doesn't matter what your gym prices are, we're going to come in and pay if the patron cannot. Those industries outside of education are all forced to compete. They have to compete. They have to be the best at the lowest cost. Education has no incentive. That's the key word, incentive. There is nothing, there is no incentive for higher education to teach you, the consumer, all right, the student. You are a customer. I know they like to say, they're students. No, you are a customer. Yeah, you're a student, okay, but you are ultimately a customer, and so are your parents, and some of your grandparents, okay? There is no incentive for a school, for a college to come in and teach you about how higher education works financially. Why would they? And really, if you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, you could say, well, they're not doing it to be mean, okay? It's just an innocent little thing, all right? It's just an innocent little thing, because it turns out that, since we're going to be guaranteed our pay anyways, why do we need to spend time teaching you how to navigate our little labyrinth, a little maze, okay, of higher education, especially in the areas of financial aid. There's no incentive. If there is no incentive for the school to drop its prices, teach its customers how the student loan industry works, then why would they put money towards it when that money can be used to build a new athletic field? Or when that money can be used to take salespeople in private colleges, okay, out on, I don't know, island vacations because they met their quota at being able to dupe people for their for-profit school, okay, to spend ridiculous amounts of money on an education degree that may or may not even benefit them, okay? So when you get down to it, the question of why don't they teach it to us? Why should they, from their standpoint? Why should they? You're an adult. You're 18 years old. I'm being facetious here, okay? You're an adult. You're 18 years old, okay? That's for you and your parents to figure out from their viewpoint. Why would they spend, and I'm not saying this is right, okay? Why would they spend their valuable resources, okay? Limited, unlimited resources. Why would they spend that teaching you something that they don't need to teach you because the bill's guaranteed anyways? I mean, that would be truly a waste of money. So when you ask yourself, why don't they teach you this? It's because there's no incentive for them to teach you that. In fact, if they taught it to you, you would only hurt their bottom line. You would only hurt the dollars that school was going to get. If I teach you how to navigate student loans, which is the whole purpose of this channel, on this channel, that is my goal. I'm trying to teach you how to navigate student loans through my mistakes, okay? But let's say, I'm a university, all right? And I teach you how to navigate student loans. Don't go to private school when you're trying to just get a public service job. You want to be a teacher, there's no reason to pay private school money. Well, why would I tell you that? Because now you won't go to my private school, and I need you to go to my private school to be a teacher at $40,000, $50,000 a year. Do you see? There's no incentive. In other words, that school, that private school, has no reason to promote you not going there because it makes more sense for you to go to a state college or a community college first. That's why. Now, is it a big old conspiracy that they're trying to do that? No, I think it was just dumb moves by the government guaranteeing every single federal student loan. Think about that. Every single federal student loan borrower is guaranteed. Okay, the federal government has told the schools, hey, you know what? We got your back. If Carrie Horn can't pay for that education, we're going to pay for it. But they don't tell that to Toyota Corolla. You know what they're going to do with my Toyota Corolla if I don't make my lease payment? Oh, they're going to take it. Yeah, I know. Not everybody likes leasing, but that's another story, another video, another day. And I'm sure I did a story on it already, okay? But put that aside, all right? I personally love leasing, all right? But if I don't make that lease payment, they're going to take the car. The government does not give Toyota or anybody in the auto industry carte blanche to charge whatever they want for my lease car. Whenever a person or industry does not suffer any sort of negative repercussions, whenever there are no consequences for bad decision making, then the action not only continues, but the action may get what? It gets worse. Very good. Okay? So you tell a child, stop doing something, and, the child looks at you and is waiting for some sort of punishment, and you do nothing. Well, what's the child going to do? I teach middle school, trust me, okay? I teach middle school. They're going to do it again. They need some sort of incentive, the evil teacher eye or something. They need some sort of incentive that sells them, hey, I'm watching you. I know what you're doing. You better not do it again or there will be consequences. Colleges don't have anybody with that evil teacher eye looking at them saying, hey, you know what? Your students are defaulting on the bill. You need to lower those prices or improve your education. Do something because you're getting out of control. They're not being told that. And so long as they are not being told that, I can pretty much assure you that the prices are just going to keep on going up. Which actually, and I'm too tired to do an extended video, but I'll do it separately on another day. It really is that debate. Should the federal government get pulled? Should they pull out of guaranteeing student loans? Okay, my quick general answer is yeah, they need to. Colleges need to have some sort of incentive as to why they should teach you, their customer, why they should teach you how to navigate student loans in such a way that you, as the customer, come out ahead. Instead, the only people that come out ahead are the colleges, for the most part. That's kind of like, a restaurant. I look at that as kind of like a restaurant, okay? And the only person who comes out ahead at the restaurant is the chef, because he did the cooking. Well, he poisoned all the customers. The customers all came out dead. That might be a little extreme, but actually in some ways I'm going to say no. When you are not taught at 22, 23 years old, okay, how to navigate the student loan, and nobody's teaching it to you, yeah, and you realize, that you're looking at 20, 25, 30 years of student loan payment. Yeah, that's kind of like, poisoning your customers. Meanwhile, you, as the college, you're off on your next group of students. You're off on your next big profit. If it's a private industry college, okay? These sorts of things aren't going to change until the colleges have a reason, private and public, federal colleges, you name it, all right? Until there's an incentive for these colleges to teach you, their customer, just how to navigate student loans so that you financially come out successful, they're never going to teach it to you. They have no reason to teach it to you. Therefore, you have to learn it on your own. All right? Anyways, I hope that helps explain it a little bit. I'm sure there are more angles of it, but that's the main angle that I see it from as to why they don't teach it to you. There's no reason to teach it to you. Oh, and another thing, thinking of that, think about any other job, okay? Think about my job as a teacher or any profession. We have an incentive to want to do well in our job. Okay, we have incentives. There are incentives in place. And it doesn't matter what line of work you're in, and it doesn't matter if you are self-employed, okay? Or if somebody, or if you're an employee for somebody. We're given incentives to do the best job that we know how. Okay? If you take away all of those incentives, what do people start doing? If there's absolutely no incentive for me to do a good job, be it negative consequences or positive consequences, there's no incentive, negative or positive. Do we get better? Most of us, no, we probably wouldn't. Okay? So think about in terms of what incentive do colleges have to make sure you can pay off your student loan debt. They have no incentive. And if they did teach it to you, you're only going to affect their bottom line, and they're going to lose money. There you go. Well, that's the basics of it in a nutshell right now. Okay, I'm Carrie. This is Student Loan Chit-Chat. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you will consider subscribing, and have a great day. Bye. Oh, and happy July 4th.